270-646-8771. To see a picture of a 28-year-old Joshua Gerald, you can go online to WCLUradio.com. And a Columbia man's in jail following a Friday evening accident. Kentucky State Police investigated a two-vehicle injury collision on Kentucky 80 near the intersection of Rutledge Road around 6:30 Friday evening. 28-year-old James Burris of Columbia was driving a Freightliner semi east on Kentucky 80 when he crossed the center line and struck a 2000 Ford driven by 71-year-old Danny Helm of Columbia. Burris was not wearing his seatbelt at the time of the collision, was transported to TJ Health in Columbia. Helm was wearing his seatbelt and was airlifted to University of Kentucky Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries Saturday evening. Burris was arrested, lodged in the Adair County Jail, currently charged with one count of leaving the scene of an accident. And with the latest from Glasgow's campus, here's John Roberts with your WKU Glasgow Weekly Update.
This is your WKU Glasgow Weekly Update for Monday, December 4th, 2017. Come visit WKU Glasgow on a visit day on Tuesday at 5 p.m. to learn how we can help you achieve your educational and career goals. Learn more about visit days at wku.edu/Glasgow. For all WKU Glasgow updates, news, and information, follow WKU Glasgow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or visit us at wku.edu/Glasgow. This has been your WKU Glasgow Weekly Update. Have a great week.
And Kentucky's lowering the lake to improve the fish population. The state's lowering a lake in Kentucky. David Barker is a biologist with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, said they're going to lower the Beaver Lake in Anderson County. Will be drawn down to 8 feet for a fish habitat project. Included will be placement of pallet stacks, brush piles, PVC habitat structures, and stake beds. After starting the drain down in early November, the lake now stands at 3 feet lower than normal. Baker says the boat ramp and fishing pier are not usable currently, and that the recently planted winter rye on newly exposed mud
Dickinson and Brian Basinger will work with you to see when rebalancing your investment portfolio may be appropriate.
Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hilliard, WL Lyons LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
Will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry.
Wes Royce in the studio with Bobby Lee
we've
Hurt.
confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure.
Brandon Fletcher and Nick Houchins. We'll also hear from a local family. It was her first Christmas parade experience, and we'll talk about culture, community, and moving forward. We'll also deal with issues of free speech, and Glasgow city ordinances. Again, all that beginning a little after 7. The victim of a Horse Cave house fire has now been identified. On November 22nd, both Horse Cave and Cave City volunteer fire departments responded to a house fire on Reardon Road. Once the fire was extinguished, the remains of an unidentified individual were found in what was left of the bedroom of the burnt residence. The medical examiner has now identified the victim as 20-year-old William Chase of Indiana. An autopsy performed by the medical examiner's office indicated the victim died as a result of smoke inhalation and not foul play. A man who, while an inmate at the Barron County Detention Center, walked away from work duty has now been indicted by the Barron County Grand Jury. In early October of this year, 27-year-old Jesse James Cable was part of an inmate crew that was working in the area of Park City, Glasgow Road. After saying he needed to use the restroom, Cable walked away from the crew and kept on going. A search immediately ensued and continued throughout the night. Around 5 a.m. the next morning, Barron County Deputy Rodney Spawnhouse found Cable walking on the side of the Cumberland Parkway, took him back into custody without incident. Cable's now been indicted for 1 count of escape second degree and 1 count of persistent felony offender. Bail was set at $20,000. In other grand jury indictments, being tried as an adult, 17-year-old Andrew Bragg of Cave City was indicted on 1 count of rape first degree and 1 count of sodomy first degree. According to the indictment, Bragg had sexual intercourse with an individual that was incapable of consent. Because she is physically helpless, Bragg was allowed to remain on a current bond. 24-year-old Caleb Houchin of Smiths Grove was indicted in connection with the theft of a coin machine at Auto Spa Complex in early August. Houchin was indicted on 3 counts: criminal mischief, theft by unlawful taking, and persistent felony offender. Bail was set at $7,500. Remember, an indictment's an accusation only, and all individuals should be considered as innocent until and unless proven guilty in a court of law. Kentucky's public schools are becoming less white, but black students still lag behind their white peers in reading and math proficiency, according to the Associated Press's analysis of more than a decade's worth of data from the National Center for Education Statistics. In 2000, 60% of Kentucky's public schools were at least 90% white, but by 2014, 46% of schools were at least 90% white. Over that same time period, Kentucky's racial populations stayed roughly the same, with the number of white people decreasing by 2 percentage points, while the number of black people increased by 1, according to U.S. Census data. Yet black students in Kentucky still lag behind their white peers in proficiency in reading and math. It is unclear at this time what the Kentucky Department for Education plans to do to address that issue. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela. A brisk 45 degrees.
Are you Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky? My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
A hometown experience with honest people, a novel idea, not at Bailey Gibson. We understand you work hard for your money and deserve the best when shopping for a vehicle. Times are tough, and buying a vehicle is a big decision. Dad prides himself in having honest employees who will help in any way they can, before and after your purchase. At Bailey Gibson, we pledge to give you a hometown experience with honest people. Now that's an idea you can bank on.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB is partnered with Community Relief for a new Roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Legendary Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me.
South Central Kentucky
has
Monuments
been
in
in business
Glasgow.
for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know
You're thinking
who
about
I
a
am,
pre-need
and I get
monument.
the
They're here to
help
make
that
the
I
process
need.
as
For
stress-free
me,
as possible,
Legendary's
with
is
plenty
the
of
easiest
examples and a
place
multitude
for me
of
to
custom
shop,
options.
simply
South Central
because it's
Kentucky
a
Monuments
local,
has the ability to
family-owned
offer you
business,
exactly
and I
what you
feel
want or help steer you in the right direction
glad
based on
there's
your
still a place
preferences.
like
Let my
that in
friends
Glasgow
David,
I
Jerry,
can
and
go
Adam
to.
Jesse provide the service and
Who
craftsmanship.
will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's...
We expect some much cooler air coming through over the next, actually, maybe some light snow showers by next weekend. In area funeral announcements at this hour, Catherine White Frazier, age 59, of Tompkinsville, died Friday at Monroe County Medical Center. Catherine was born in Louisville on August 13th of 1958, the daughter of Clarice Dean Milam White and the late Sam White. She is survived by her mother, Clarice Dean Milam White of Marrowbone, two daughters, Christy Frazier Webb of Tompkinsville, Lynn Frazier Allen of Tompkinsville, seven grandchildren, Lori Hood, Brittany Allen, Heather Allen, Garrett Smith, Caden Smith, Adeline Webb, and Emery Webb. She is also survived by three sisters, Debbie Dubry of Marrowbone, Beverly Capshaw of Dubry, and Joyce Blankenship of Tompkinsville, two brothers, Ricky White of Marrowbone and Gary White of Burkesville. Services for Catherine White Frazier will be at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burials to be in the burial to follow in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. and continues tomorrow until time for services. Funeral services for Steve Mark Arnett, age 61, of Tompkinsville, will be today at 2 at the Oakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Mount Poland Cemetery. Services for J.B. Smith, age 78, of Cave City, will be today at 2 at the Patton Funeral Home's Park City Chapel. Burial will follow in the Cave City Cemetery. Military honors provided by the DAV Chapter 20 of Barron County. A memorial service will be held on Wednesday, December the 6th at the Southeast Christian Church in Louisville, and that will be at 10 a.m. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Jeff's Country Florist and Gifts want to thank everyone who made their holiday open house a great kickoff to the season. And the festive holiday preparation continues at Jeff's, featuring a winter wonderland of the season's best. Be sure.
Legendary Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a
Scheduled in girls' action, Caverna travels to Warren Central, Bowling Green visits McLean County, and Greenwood welcomes Butler County. And in a boys' game tonight, Caverna hosts Edmondson County.
Here's the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Well, some NCAA basketball in downtown Louisville yesterday. The Seton Hall Pirates paying a visit to the Louisville Cardinals, and those in attendance were treated to a great contest, depending on which side of the bench you sat on.
Carrington backing in. Laser for Rodriguez straight away. Jab step. Now down the left of the lane. Leans in. Banks not good! 7.5 to go. Seton Hall by 2.
Desi Rodriguez pouring in a season-high 29 points for the Pirates, including an off-balance bank shot with 8 seconds remaining. Seton Hall grabs a 79-77 upset victory over number 17 Louisville. The Cards will now host Siena on Wednesday in preparation for their meeting against neighboring Indiana on Saturday. For the women now in Lexington, Macy Morris scoring 16 points and Tatiana Wyatt adding 12 as the 20th-ranked Kentucky women's basketball team beat Tennessee Tech 82-54. Kentucky returns to action Tuesday Tuesday, hosting Evansville. And in South Dakota, Louisville's Asia Dura scoring 18 of her 20 points in the second half. Number 4 Louisville overcoming an 8-point halftime deficit. They beat San Diego State 68-64. Louisville will host UT Martin tomorrow. On to college football now. Kentucky, Louisville, and Western Kentucky now know where they'll go bowling. The Wildcats will face Northwestern in the Music City Bowl in Nashville on December 29th. Louisville will meet Mississippi State in the Tax Slayer Bowl in Jacksonville on December 30th. And Western Kentucky is on to the Auto Nation Cure Bowl in Orlando on December 16th to face Georgia State. Clemson, Oklahoma, Georgia, and Alabama are the top 4 in the final college football playoff rankings and are headed to the national semifinals. Second-ranked Oklahoma faces number 3 Georgia in the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day. Top-ranked Clemson and number 4 Alabama square off in the Sugar Bowl. The winners will meet in the college football playoff national championship game on January 8th in Atlanta. The Monday Night Football spotlight shines on the AFC North this week. The Bengals will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers at Ball Brown Stadium tonight. Pittsburgh leads the division at 9-2. Well, Cincinnati has won its last 2 to improve to 5-6. Bengals coach Marvin Lewis says this game, well, has huge implications for their playoff hopes.
You know, we have to keep pushing forward, and the only way to push forward is come out with the W. And it's very important. Keeps us on track to control our own destiny kind of thing. So we know the importance of it.
The Tennessee Titans also fighting for a playoff spot, taking on the Houston Texans yesterday in Nashville.
40, 30, 20, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Titans.
Derrick Henry's 75-yard touchdown run with 46 seconds left helped the Titans beat the Texans 24-13. The Titans have won their 6th in 7 games. Tennessee and Jacksonville are tied for the AFC South lead at 8-4. And finally, college volleyball on Saturday. Number 6 Kentucky advancing to the next round of the NCAA tournament. They win an exhausting 5-set match against Western Kentucky. The Hilltoppers conclude their season at 31-4. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Thank you, Scott. We're at 628 right now and 45 degrees from WCLU. Let's go ahead and talk with Ray Stajic. Make sure that we are fully aware of the various activities that are going to happen here in the way of weather. We got some rain coming, and we also have some cooler weather to the point of maybe some snow showers on Saturday. Let's see what Ray has to say about that.
Clouds already gathering and a little patchy fog around as we move through today. We'll go with a mix of clouds and sunshine, breezy and continue to be very mild for this time of year. Change is coming, however. 67. Pack along the rain gears. You head on through tonight if you are an overnight shift worker. Some steady rain coming in with a few thunderstorms. Still quite windy, 48. Windy and rainy early tomorrow, then cloudy and only near 50 tomorrow afternoon, but that's actually closer to the normal high, which is 53. Upper 20s tomorrow night, so colder by Wednesday morning. Sunny and I'll go chilly Wednesday, but seasonable low 50s before the next blast of colder air comes in. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Yeah, and he uses the word blast as well with that colder air coming in. Right now we're waking up with a pleasant 45-degree temperature reading. Barometers at 30.13, 77% humidity, and the winds are out of the east at 3 miles an hour. Downtown's 45 at WCLU Studios this morning.
We're here at Marianne's Hallmark next.
Family-owned business, and I
So
feel
many things you have in your
when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello. That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle.
6:31 now at WCLU and 45 degrees as we are up and running here today. Let me get the community calendar out here. A lot of things that are coming up that we want to remind you of. The Barron County 4-H taking orders for fresh holiday wreaths as a fundraiser. You got to order by tomorrow, so I would call right now and let them know at 651-3818. You've seen them. They're really pretty. Holly, spruce, white pine, southern magnolia leaves. $25 per wreath, $5 extra for a bow. All right. So coming right back, we're going to be checking out the birthdays, and we'll be rolling into the archives before you know it today as well. So hang with us right here at WCLU. We appreciate it.
This time of year.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Oh. Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
It's suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know.
33 here at WCLU, 43 degrees. Let me make sure that I have my act together here because we are talking about Ralphie's Fun Center. At Ralphie's Fun Center, they sponsor the birthdays. And they sponsor a whole lot of fun, too, out there. And they've got a big countdown to Christmas that's going to be coming up. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a hint on what's coming up. You can buy a multi-activity wristband at Ralphie's and add the following deals every single day. I'm just going to give you a couple of the days. On the 18th day of December, you'll be able to add a $20 game card for $15. That makes sense. And then on December the 19th, you'll be able to add laser tag for just $2. And those are just two of the things to tell you about that Ralphie's is going to have as the countdown to Christmas continues. So while we're counting it down, let me get the birthday list over here, too. Make sure that we have everybody on here that we're supposed to have on here. Because I've already talked to a lot of nice folks here today this morning. I hope we get all these things correct. First of all, we had a birthday today for Stephen Murphy. That's Stephen Murphy having a birthday today. A.B. Brown, Freddie Norris, Phil Wells, Brenda H. Coates has a birthday. Charles Kenneth Bailey. We have Betty Gibbs with a birthday. Jamie Depp, we understand Jamie is 39 today, and his mother wanted to reach out and send Jamie Depp a happy 39th birthday. And we have Ryan Pace with a birthday. I hope I got everything written down. If I didn't, y'all just call and yell at me, and I'll get it straightened out here. But 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, it's WCLUradio.com. Stand by for the archives.
On the first day of Christmas, unique gifts gave to me 30% off any Christmas item that's red.
That's right, the 12 Days of Christmas at Unique Gifts are back. Follow Unique Gifts on Facebook. Watch EPB Channel 6 in the morning or tune in to WCLU to hear each daily deal in the 12 Days of Christmas.
So don't forget today's special deal. 30% off any Christmas item that's red. Come see us at Unique Gifts.
Here at SCRTC, we...
And I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberries is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community.
It is actually J.D. Depp who is turning 39 today. J.D. Depp. Happy 39th birthday to J.D. And while we were straightening that out, we're going to tell you about an anniversary. It's a silver wedding anniversary today for Jerry and Marcella Green. That's Jerry and Marcella Green. We're going down to celebrate our past. It's time for the archives. We have some dedicated archivists who just always tickle to death to unearth things, excavate some of these things. People like Ray Green, Mary Jones, and Gail Berry. And we'll hear from their research on today in history after this word from the sponsors of the archives, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic and Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707. 15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, are we ready to go down memory lane?
I was born ready.
Okay, here's what I want to do, though. I want to be sure, and I don't know if you got to see this or not, but we actually got to help make a couple of kids smile on Saturday night as a couple of gals, actually one guy and one gal from the Boys and Girls Club were given bears, Coca-Cola came up and said, look, we're going to give away a bear to a boy and a girl. And Mary Lee England at the Boys and Girls Club told us about the names of the members of the month. Mm-hmm. And the members of the month got to come over there and walk out into the street, and they came off of the Coca-Cola float and gave each one a bear.
Now, how cool was that?
And I have their names here. I just can't find them right now, but I'll get them in a minute, okay? We had them on the Saturday night, and it was a touching sort of a thing.
Saturday night was full of things, wasn't it?
That's right, it was. Now, why don't we go down memory lane and look at some of the things that happened around here.
I'm ready if you are.
100 years ago, the dedication of the flag commemorative of the members of the Christian church here who are in the U.S. service, which was postponed last Sunday on account of desperate condition of the weather, will be held next Sunday night. As was stated, there are 10 members of this church in the Army. That's the Christian church here in Glasgow, 1917. Mm-hmm. Now, percentage-wise, that is that's a bunch of folks from one church to be, in the war.
I would agree.
And so that's just kind of something that they did that made things, I guess, seem better at least.
Mm-hmm. It certainly had an impact.
That's right. That was 1917. 1927, as Mr. John T. Whitehead, his wife and children, his father, Mr. Letcher Whitehead, and Mr. Tom Eisenberg of Monroe County were passing through Temple Hill Sunday. Their car overturned and threw out all on the ground.
Oh, goodness.
Mr. Eisenberg and Mrs. Whitehead were considerably bruised and were taken to Dr. Biggers a few hundred yards away, where their wounds were attended to. And after resting 3 hours or so, were able to return to their homes.
Well, there you go.
The worse for the wear, but not seriously hurt.
Right.
The cause of the accident was that it occurred in front of the old Belcher store, where there's a dangerously sharp turn, and Mr. Whitehead was a new driver.
Well.
Now, those are some facts that you don't usually hear released, such
Right.
as, hey, we don't know why the wreck happened, but it was a bad curve in the road.
They just chilled out for a minute afterwards.
Yeah, they don't, and also the fact that this was a new driver here in 1927, and that might have counted for it. But anyway, rest for 3 hours and you can go home.
There you go.
That's good advice right there. All right. 1937, this is the day it was announced that Garnett Smith, who is the deputy sheriff-elect, has sold his mercantile establishment at Lucas to Cecil Britt. Mr. and Mrs. Smith have moved to the Potts home on Brown Street. So apparently this Mr. Garnett Smith says, yeah, I'm the deputy sheriff-elect, and I'm going to move to town just to where I can do my job. 1937. 1947. The Glasgow School Lunchroom Committee wishes to thank the Lions Club, the management of the Plaza Theater, the merchants of Glasgow, and all who took part in the donation of canned goods for underprivileged children. In addition to the 1,060 cans that were donated, there were potatoes, sugar, molasses, and dried fruits. This will enable the lunchroom to feed additional children who need lunches during the winter months.
Well, there you go.
You know,
Feeding hungry kids.
Well, I mean, it sounds like they weren't sure they could make it the whole winter, so they got donations of food to feed the kids as much as they could through the winter. So you just don't think about these things.
No, you don't.
The way it was. All right, 1957. Sad story here. Barron County lost one of its popular officials last Saturday when County Court Clerk Robert Stanley Fant, age 40, succumbed at Sampson Hospital, where he had been under treatment in connection with a serious illness of more than a year.
Of serious illness of more than a year.
That is serious. Mr. Fant was an outstanding young man, a Christian gentleman. He was in public service about 20 years. He graduated from the Finney High School and Western State College. He also served in the Air Force 3 years. So he had a life of service, albeit a very short life. But that was back in 1957. 1967, E.P. Barlow Ropp has joined the firm, which will be called Nunn, Travis, and Ropp. Sounds like in 1967 there was these are all some veteran attorneys, but they formed Nunn, Travis, and Ropp in 1967. And Mr. Barlow Ropp, or actually we knew him as Judge Barlow Ropp, got into that particular law firm. This is interesting, and I'm sure I know some people I could ask for the rest of the story on this.
Okay.
And here's the announcement in the Glasgow Republican in 1977. SCRTC will no longer permit special rates for churches, clergymen, and charitable installations.
Well, there you go.
That's an announcement. Apparently, as recent as 1977, they used to cut some slack to a church who needed a phone, to a clergyman who needed a phone,
right,
or other charitable installations. But
no such thing as a free lunch.
No more, because we've just we can't be fair to everybody, so we're going to not do it for anybody.
There you go.
1987, there was an open house this day for the new Hart County High School. Actually, it was on Sunday, December the 6th of 1987. The new Hart County High, the new home of the Raiders there in 1987. And I'm sure they had a good crowd to see the new school. 1990, I'm sorry, did you say something?
I did. I said the construction now looks really good on the new high school.
Oh, yes, it does, indeed. I hit a button that turned your mic off.
Why would you do
I don't
that?
even know. I usually don't know where that even is.
Free speech.
Yeah, that's right.
No, the FCC. There you go again.
It worked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and take that button out.
That's right. Okay.
Do I cut the blue or the red wire?
It's the black one.
Okay.
Here we go with 1997. Little history here. One arrest was made this day in 1997 in a bank robbery. The search continues for the second suspect after the Bank of Center in Metcalfe County is robbed. Now, that could shake up a whole town right there for sure.
I guarantee it could.
And I'm sure the town of Center was shaken up with the bank robbery there, and they were searching for they actually got one of the suspects, but they're looking for number 2.
Right.
I bet you they can get number 1 to squeal if they work hard enough.
I'd say if you squeezed them hard enough, they would.
That's right. And it was 10 years ago this day, 2007, that Mr. Ed Rigdon of Rigdon's Taxidermy was featured in an article in the Barron County Progress celebrating 45 years in business.
Well,
Mr. Ed Rigdon.
That's always good.
There it is in the archives in 2007.
There it is.
And so what we have is a complete review of the way we were. It's in the archives. We do appreciate all the folks who help with that. And, you know, it's a hustling, bustling place. We can look out the back door and see all that activity down there at the Cultural Center.
Right.
And it's certainly a bunch of folks who really enjoy what they do, and we're tickled that they do. Thanks to Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, as well as the Tony Hogan Health Clinic for letting us do this each and every day here on WCLU. We'll resume tomorrow.
Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy to navigate website to our easy to deal with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Starts tonight with steadier rain coming in, maybe a thunderstorm, 48 and quite breezy. And then the rain will be around early tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow afternoon, cloudy and only near 50. And then Wednesday morning, it's the attire changing. Upper 20s to start. Mainly sunny, low 50s in the afternoon. Then even colder by late week. Thursday, sunny in the low 40s. Friday, clouds and sunshine in the upper 30s. And then maybe some snow showers on Saturday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Ray, let's look at our current conditions again. The pressure is actually pretty much steady this morning at 30.13. 77% humidity, east winds at 3 miles an hour. No precip in the past 24 hours, but I really think that about this time tomorrow morning, we'll see, but I think that about this time tomorrow morning, it might be raining, as the forecast appears to be shaping up here. Anyway, it is 43 degrees at WCLU. Weather brought to you by South Central Bank.
Life insurance. It's just one of those subjects that...
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. #2 and #3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient.
Breeze, let me tell you that today we are patting on the back by a special request, Malcolm Jones. It is Malcolm Jones Day here on the radio, and if you happen to see Mr. Malcolm Jones around town today, we'd be really tickled if you would pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. That would be a nice gesture indeed. We also want to talk about the Community Action of Southern Kentucky having their LIHEAP subsidy program. I hope I'm pronouncing that acronym correctly. It's LIHEAP, which I think is low income. Is what that stands for. Anyway, it's a subsidy program. They're taking applications through Friday, December the 15th, Monday 8 to 5, Tuesday through Friday 8 to 4. You got to bring your most recent heating bill, a verification from the landlord that the heating expenses are included in the rent, as well as a Social Security card and or green card for each member of the household. There's a few other things you need, too. Call 651-8171. And they'll help you about that. And with that forecast, Ray says, for low 20s, we want to be sure and make sure that everybody's got the heat for the amount of cold we could receive.
Newsflash, your retirement is just around the corner. If you're 50 or older, it's time to take a
window. You can even call ahead at 678 Beer and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Personal service is
South Green Street Church of Christ.
Thank you, Bart. 6:57, 43 degrees. We're adding Ashley Kidwell to the birthday list today. It's Ashley Kidwell. It's from her grandmother who called up to wish her a very, very happy birthday indeed. Well, I think what we got to do is play trivia here, and in doing so, we got to hear a word from the sponsor of trivia. I'm talking about the folks at the Extreme family of businesses, Extreme Gymnastics, Extreme Fitness. You can win a pass that'll let you check out Extreme and have an extremely enjoyable time doing so.
Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
All right, here we are, 6:58. I'm going to ask a question. You provide the answer, and then here's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to win this pass to go to Extreme. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. You got to use your ears on this one. I want you to name the artist singing this familiar song.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being
All right, is that enough of it? I've got a lot of calls coming in here, so let's just see. Hello, Trivia. Hello, Trivia. Hello, Trivia. I think they've all triggered the answer machine. Let's go back and listen to some more of this. This is the trivia question today. If you can tell me who's singing this song. Hello, Trivia.
Johnny Mathis?
No, it wasn't Johnny Mathis, but boy, he can sing them. Trivia.
Hey, is it Andy Williams?
No, it's not Andy Williams. But anyway, that's a good. Here, let's give you some more of it, okay?
and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows.
All right, everybody knows. Who does know? Hello, Trivia.
Wayne Newton?
No, it's not Wayne Newton. Trivia.
Is it Nate King Cole?
No, it's not the King. Who knows? It's a very familiar song.
Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow.
Hello, Trivia.
Perry Como?
No, it wasn't Perry. Got some great Christmas song singers here. Trivia.
Mel Torme?
No, not Mel.
On his way,
Listen closely.
he's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh.
Hello, Trivia.
Is it Paul McCartney?
That's exactly who it is. Now, who is this speaking?
Christy Stinson.
Christy, how you doing? So
Doing well this morning.
you got done in November and you jumped out here. Now you had
I did.
You had to listen to that. Isn't that a beautiful song? Hold on here, Christy.
I'm offering this simple phrase. Tickets from 1 to 92.
Now that just came out this year on his Holidays Rule on a little Holidays Rule composition. And I'm going to tell you, I think that's one of the prettiest versions of that song I've heard in a while.
Honestly, I think so, too.
With Paul McCartney. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Mel Torme's version or with any of the excellent singers that were called in. But, that's Paul McCartney. Of course, we know the way he sings from the Beatles. But to hear him sit there and sing that,
yeah, that one's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, I think that his presentation there is really, really, really special. I'm gonna try to, if we have enough time toward the end of this next hour, I'm gonna try to play the whole thing there. Okay, Christy?
It is.
And you've got something coming from Extreme, so come by here and pick it up. And thanks for using.
All right, thank you so much.
You won using your ears today, Christy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Christy Stinson, that's right. The voice of the one and only Paul McCartney. And what is a beautiful, beautiful version of a Christmas classic. The Christmas song, also known as Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
Everybody knows.
We'll play tomorrow. Who knows when we'll come up with something that might be really cool. We hope you will join us here on WCLU. And thanks to Extreme.
To make the season bright.
CBS News Update. The CVS drugstore chain is buying Aetna Health for $69 billion. Who will the winners be? Both CVS and Aetna are expected to lower their costs. And CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger says you might come out ahead, too.
Often when we see these deals that are called horizontal, where they're in associated industries but not the exact same business, that can actually be good for consumers. Really, it will depend on the contours of the deal, but we'll have to see. It's not clearly something that would be bad or good for consumers just yet.
Carnegie Mellon University economics professor Martin Gaynor.
The combined entity might be able to negotiate better prices from pharmaceutical manufacturers. They could coordinate pharmacy benefits with medical benefits.
If the CVS-Aetna merger is approved, it could lead to more mergers in healthcare. Amazon is also poised to enter the drug business. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Sandy Kerr of Glasgow is proof that dental implants from Dr. Jim Thurman and Glasgow Dental Care are appropriate at any age, particularly with the kind of problems she was having.
You cannot eat. It's hard to talk. It's very uncomfortable. You lose all your confidence. You can put up with it if you have the nerve. I didn't. I'm still young.
And sometimes it can be downright scary.
We went to a wedding in Orlando at Walt Disney World. In riding one of the rides, I realized that I couldn't scream because my teeth would fall out. So I had to grit my teeth so they wouldn't fall out.
So Sandy began the implant process with Dr. Thurman, and the process had a positive effect on her.
I do not regret doing it. I learned so much, and the people and associates out there are great, friendly, offer to help you any chance they can. They're just family now.
The bottom line is,
it changes your life completely.
Call for an appointment at 270-651-5939. Glasgow Dental Care. Doctors Thurman, Cassidy, and Riley.
The holidays are a special time.
From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my Danny a call.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo-Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large...
Felony offender bail was set at $20,000. In other grand jury indictments, being tried as an adult, 17-year-old Andrew Bragg of Cave City will face 1 count of rape first degree and 1 count of sodomy first degree. According to the indictment, Bragg had sexual intercourse with an individual that was incapable of consent because she's physically helpless. Bragg was allowed to remain on a current bond. 24-year-old Caleb Houchin of Smiths Grove was indicted in connection with the theft of a coin machine at Auto Spa Complex in early August. Houchins will face criminal mischief, theft by unlawful taking, and persistent felony offender bail was set at $7,500. Remember, an indictment's an accusation only, and all individuals should be considered as innocent until and unless proven guilty in a court of law. And with the latest news from Glasgow's campus, here's John Roberts with your WKU Glasgow Weekly Update.
This is your WKU Glasgow Weekly Update for Monday, December 4th, 2017. Come visit WKU Glasgow on a visit day on Tuesday at 5 p.m. to learn how we can help you achieve your educational and career goals. Learn more about visit days at wku.edu/Glasgow. For all WKU Glasgow updates, news, and information, follow WKU Glasgow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or visit us at wku.edu/Glasgow. This has been your WKU Glasgow Weekly Update.
Have a great week. And the Glasgow Fire Department is now dipping Christmas trees at the station on Broadway in Cave City. For more information or how to get your tree dipped by the Glasgow Fire Department, you can call 270-651-5170. It is 7:09 a.m., 43 degrees.
I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history tells us, disasters can happen. It's impossible to prepare for everything, but it is possible to prepare for what happens next. And that's where we come in. At ISU Pettigo-Lesenberry Insurance Agency, we can provide you with many options as an independent agency. And it's our job to make sure you know about all the what-ifs so that your policy has you prepared for what happens next. So just ask us. We'd be honored that you did. Just give us a call at 651-8837. We're ISU Pettigo-Lesenberry Insurance Agency, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Do you feel like your primary care provider really listens to you? Do they take good care of you? Do they give you direction for your health and are there for you whenever you feel you need treatment? If so, great. If not, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to take on that role. I'm nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and we have built our practice on meeting the needs of our patients and being there for them when they feel ill, just need a checkup, have to have a physical for school, sports, or a CDL license, or when they just don't know where to turn. In our first year in practice, we are thrilled to have been able to help so many and provide them with quality, timely health care. Don't wait until you're sick. Let us establish you now as a patient and have your medical history on hand and ready to go. You'll be pleased with your decision. We are Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, located on the corner of North Race and Cherry Streets in Glasgow. 270-629-6722. Jot that number down, put it in your phone, and have it ready for when you need quality health care. You can also connect with us on Facebook. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, 270-629-6722. Let your hometown healing begin.
In more local news, one of the first signs that the holiday season is in full swing is the local Christmas parades. One of, if not the largest parades in the state, the Glasgow Christmas Parade this year had over 120 entries, and this year's lineup certainly did not disappoint. WCLU's Mark Jones was live in downtown Glasgow during the parade.
All right. We are coming to you live from WCLU. This is Mark Jones with the parade preview. Got nothing in here.
After this.
This is Gay Fleener from the Empty Nest at Pharmacy Express. And as my husband says, we take being a good neighbor to heart. So we work hard to bring you the latest trends in gifts, jewelry, and accessories. Come by today and see what's new at the Empty Nest, because there's always an occasion or a reason to shop, giving you fresh ideas and a great selection. We're here to help. That's what we do.
415 SL Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Good morning, friends. You know, our society seems to be infused with the mind of Satan. Evil, selfishness, arrogance, and impurity seem to be a big part of the fabric of much of these United States. Marriage is no longer held as sacred or even necessary by many. Sex before marriage is common to our shame. Adultery during marriage appears to be an accepted practice. Self-control, or should I say God control, is out the window. Much of society sees homosexuality as acceptable and applauds those who openly admit to such a lifestyle as heroes for their so-called courage. Anger permeates the land. Even people who claim to be Christians are loud, arrogant, unloving, and overly critical. We have killings and blame mental illness when it's simply the result of a purely evil mind. Racial prejudice infects our nation and seems to grow like a plague. God has been banned from public life in many instances, and as a result he has turned us over to our own foolish and mindless meanderings. This can only leave us shipwrecked and broken upon the rocky shores of unbelief. America is in love with sports heroes and entertainment personalities while demanding that Jesus Christ be left out of any public and sometimes private area of conversation. We have sown the wind, and we are most certainly reaping the whirlwind. Our nation's leadership is in shambles. Immorality is a false king, and we love to have it so. Only God can save us, but we are seemingly ignoring him while Satan dances a jig on our self-made grave. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees. So whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on a path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test, and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green, or in Glasgow, call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
In more local news, here is the clip from the group that was on the square Saturday night, and this is what the majority of people on the square heard for the majority of the parade.
That Jesus Christ came into the world. He is not light that came into the world, but man loved darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. Evil. Now we talk about, you want to talk about God's love, but you don't love God back. You hate God because you love your sin. Sin leads to hell.
The vast majority of those on the square did not welcome the way in which the group chose to share their message or the message in general. When asked for an interview, the young man holding the bullhorn looked to another gentleman for the okay. After permission was given, the young man handed off his bullhorn and was instructed not to give me his name or any identifying information. After he passed the bullhorn off, well, the interview began.
Do you think that you're making a difference out here at the Glasgow Christmas Parade tonight?
It's hard to see, but I've heard many testimonies of people thinking about these sorts of these sorts of events, right, later, while they lay in their bed, going to bed at night, or riding in a bus, or whatever. They think about it, and eventually, yes, they do come to Jesus. They do forsake their sin and follow Jesus.
So tonight you've got people that are trying to hear the parade, they're trying to hear the music, and they can't hear themselves think over the megaphone. I hear people saying, I wish my kids could hear the parade. So do you think this was the best place to come to get this message across?
Well, in our time here so far, it's evident that there are a lot of ungodly people here.
There are ungodly people everywhere, though. There are wicked people everywhere.
So, yes, but I want to go to a place where there's a lot of people so that I can reach a lot of people, because I don't want anyone to go to hell, and I've read about 150,000 people die every day. So if I were to just go one person at a time, I'm not going to reach very many people.
So why not spread a message of love?
The question is, what is love? And so there's disagreement about that between... I'm
talking about just a general love for people.
Right. And so I have a full-time job, okay? I'm not paid to come out and do this. This is out of my free time. I'm sacrificing to help people with the knowledge of the truth. And Jesus said, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. So I think that you got to take that into account when you're thinking about what love is. There's such a thing as tough love, too, right? Many parents understand that term.
I'm saying, if you're going to a group that doesn't know you, to me your message, do you think it's more condemnation? I mean, was that the goal, to kind of shock people?
I'm sorry, could you ask that again?
I said, is the goal to shock people with the condemnation, the megaphone and all that? Or I mean, what is the goal of coming here?
Well, I think that the message itself is shocking, because today's culture is, they love darkness. And that's what Jesus was talking about. Men love darkness rather than light because they don't want their deeds exposed. And Jesus said about himself that the world hated him because he testified that their works were evil.
But that was Jesus. So are you all taking on that role?
Well, he says, go into all the world and preach the gospel. And so,
but the gospel is about love.
Yep, people often say, well, gospel equals love. And I say, love is in the gospel message, but the Bible also says that there's other elements to the gospel. One of them very clearly being listed as judgment.
Do you think that somebody that had never heard about Christianity would buy what you all were selling based on your message tonight?
1 Corinthians chapter 1.
I don't want a Bible verse. I want a yes or no. Do you think this is an inviting message?
I think that the world thinks this is foolishness. And God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. That's what he's chosen. So I'm going to put faith in God's wisdom, God's plan, rather than what the objectors think I should do.
But if your goal is to get more people, then wouldn't you want a message they could receive?
God's chosen the things that men think are foolish. I'm not going to correct God. I'm not going to think that I'm wiser than him.
But you're judging when he's the only judge.
What did I say that's judging?
Condemnation. I mean, basically telling people how bad they are.
Okay. So, what about this? God's made clear in the Bible who is going to be on their way to hell.
Right.
Like drinking, sex outside of marriage, lying, stealing. I can come out here and say, if you are getting drunk, you're on your way to hell. I don't have to judge anybody with my discernment. I can simply deliver the message from the judge, Jesus Christ.
How many hungry kids have you fed, or how many homeless people or people in poverty have you all helped?
Well, I think that I'm not keeping track, and I think that there's a lot of good that can be done in the world.
No, I'm saying you all, this group.
I don't know these guys' history on that topic.
News of what happened spread quickly, especially via social media, with a lot of people wondering why the individuals weren't arrested or at the very least made to stop. Now, according to Section 8 of the Kentucky Constitution, which has not been amended since it was written in the late 1890s, every person may freely and fully speak, write, and print on any subject. Just this year, the Kentucky General Assembly passed Senate Bill 17, which further expanded expression of religious and political viewpoints to public schools. Now, when it comes to whether or not there was a question of whether or not there was a violation of a city ordinance, Glasgow City Ordinance 94.01 directly addresses the use of megaphones or sound amplifying devices or equipment. It reads, "It shall be unlawful for a person to operate or permit to be operated in the city any sound amplifying devices or equipment for any purpose whatsoever, whether the same be stationary or operated from a vehicle or other carriage, unless a permit has been obtained from the city so do. Provided, however, that is, it shall be unlawful for any person to make any loud and raucous noise due to the disturbance of the peace." It is unclear whether the noise from the parade, loud music, loud exhaust, and vehicle horns would be legally considered any different than the noise coming from the bullhorn. If the permit was obtained and they were found to have violated it by abusing his or her discretion and causes or permits loud noises, would only have their permit revoked. If they didn't get the necessary permit, it's not an arrestable offense. They could make them disperse, and the penalty under 10.99 of the city's code sets a limit of a fine at $250. Since the group didn't do such things as use obscene language, impede traffic, become physically violent, block businesses, or use verbal threats, there technically wasn't any violation of law. Stay tuned right here. In the next segment, I will sit down with Glasgow police officers Nick Houchins and Brandon Fletcher, who were on the square Saturday.
Pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy to navigate website to our easy to deal with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders, juicy and made with 100% white meat.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lesenberry? Through expert...
You're watching WCLU's live and local morning show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Hutchins and Brandon Fletcher were on the square Saturday night and were among those officers tasked with ensuring the group's First Amendment rights weren't violated, while also preventing confrontations between the men and the crowd. With so many on social media asking why the members of the group weren't arrested or at least made to leave, I sat down with both officers to get the full story.
You're watching WCO.
Angela Briggs here at WCLU, and I'm sitting down with two police officers, Nick Houchins and Brandon Fletcher. How are you all?
Doing great.
Now, I definitely wanted to bring you all in because, of course, everybody's talking about the Glasgow Christmas Parade and the people that were on the square with the bullhorn preaching, or that's what they called it anyway. And you guys were actually out there with the group. And I know a lot of people on social media are asking, why didn't they make them stop? Why didn't they take them to jail? I wanted to ask you all, why didn't you make them stop and take them to jail?
Basically, they have a First Amendment right to speech, free speech.
Mm-hmm. That's the bottom line.
Right.
So even if the message isn't well received.
Right.
I mean, that basically what they're saying, as long as they're not obscene or they're not threatening, is going to be protected under the First Amendment.
Exactly.
Now, I know you guys, I'm sure like I did, a lot of people in the crowd were, hollering at you all, hollering at them, wanting something done, and you all couldn't take the time to stop and explain to every individual what was going on or why you couldn't stop it, because ultimately you all had to protect their First Amendment rights. So was that hard for you all?
It was. Obviously, there were a lot of upset people, and it's one of those situations where we're there for the best interest of safety. We're trying to keep the people that are at the parade safe. We're trying to keep the people that are protesting safe. And that's just something that we run into a lot at everyday calls. We have to kind of find that balance in between doing what we have to do, but at the same time protecting the public. And a lot of times the actions that we take are not always the most favorable actions. We still have to follow the law, whether or not we agree with it or not. It's just like the parade and those people's beliefs, whether or not we believe those beliefs or not, we still have a duty to protect them and the public as well.
From the outside looking in, it all looks so easy. Y'all should just, made him stop or locked him up or whatever. Is that something that you could generalize across maybe a lot of things that you all deal with? Is that from the outside looking in, it might all look simple and easy, but when you're on the inside, it's not necessarily that simple.
Just on the outside looking in, if I'm just a Joe Blow,
it looks simple.
It looks simple. We should have just went and put the handcuffs on them, sent them to jail, would have been done with it. However, we'll be violating their rights. We weren't on anybody's side. We're, like he said, we're just there to protect them and the public.
And then you all would have had to explain to a judge why you arrested them.
Exactly.
When there was no violation of law.
Right. Absolutely. Any kind of legal action that we take, we're liable. We have to answer before, obviously a court as to why we took those actions and justify our actions. And if we're not within our legal rights, obviously there's repercussions. Every decision that we make has to be made. We have to know that we're in the right before we make that decision.
So if there had been any kind of violation of law, you all definitely would have handled it.
Absolutely. I understand they're upset, but a lot of times the public has to understand a lot of times our hands are tied by the law.
Right. So. Thank you all so much for coming by to speak with us today, and we'll see you next year at the parade.
Right.
Hopefully
Sounds
everybody
great.
will have a better time.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their
That bullhorn before you get used to that?
Hey, Mark.
and if better communication is on your Christmas list, call us. Merry Christmas from your family and friends at SCRTC.
The holidays are a special time for family. My dad has been in the new car business since before I was born. I understand how people have to prioritize to get everything they need and still have a little left for shopping, gift giving, and good cheer. At Bailey Gibson, we've been a dependable, caring dealer for over 40 Christmases, each one with different needs, rewards, and challenges. Regardless, we're going to be here for you and your family. The greatest gift a new car dealer can receive is a list of happy customers. At Bailey Gibson, that's a long and treasured list. This is Sarah Gibson Zoltz, hoping for the best for your family from the Bailey Gibson family. Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you, Sarah. 7:51 now, WCLU. We said we would try to play the entire trivia question song before we got to the top of the hour, and I believe we got enough time to do that. On trivia today, I said, who is singing this song? And what happens is you listen to this song, you say, yeah, it's a real familiar song. Who's singing this version of it? Took a lot of tries, but Christy Stinson won trivia because she figured out that this is Paul McCartney. Listen to his solo version of the Christmas song.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack